Welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today we're going over the news and charts for Amazon stock to see what's driving price action and what we can expect going forward. The biggest news today was the downgrade of Amazon by Wells Fargo. The analyst expressed concerns about Amazon's ability to maintain profitability in the advertising, FBA, and Project Kuiper sectors, leading to a significant sell-off. However, it's important to note that this downgrade was considered rare, and many other analysts remain bullish on Amazon. It's also worth noting that the recent September jobs report exceeded expectations, which generally supports the Fed's soft landing narrative, potentially bolstering Amazon stock. In fact, Amazon plans to hire 250,000 transportation and warehouse workers in the U.S. ahead of the holiday season, indicating resilient demand despite inflationary pressures. Let's take a look at the daily chart and see how this news is reflected in the price action. We can see that the stock has been on a strong upward trend throughout most of 2024, gaining about 19% year-to-date. The price action this past week has been a bit volatile, but the recent drop from the current price level seems to be a more substantial dip, potentially signaling a shift in sentiment. Focusing on the past few months, we can identify a few key price levels that are worth watching. We've seen strong support at around 125 and resistance at around 140. However, with the recent downgrade, it's crucial to consider how these levels might be affected going forward. Now, let's look at the 1-hour chart to examine the recent price action in more detail. The sell-off started in the afternoon hours of October 7th, pushing the price down from around 180 to its current level near 176. This rapid decline is a strong indicator that investors are taking the analysts' concerns seriously and selling off their positions. It's important to note that the 1-hour chart is showing some signs of a potential bounce back. The recent price action seems to have found some support at around 176. However, it's too early to determine if this is a true rebound or just a temporary pause in the selling pressure. Switching back to the daily chart, we can see that the current price is still above the 50-day moving average, which is a positive signal for long-term investors. However, the recent news and price action suggests that the stock may be entering a period of consolidation. The 1-hour chart suggests a short-term bearish outlook, but the daily chart still exhibits some long-term bullish signs. It's a tightrope walk for Amazon right now, with the potential for both bullish and bearish price action. Moving to the 15-minute chart, we can see that the price has been consolidating in a narrow range, fluctuating between 181 and 185. The recent dip below 183 could indicate that the bearish sentiment is still present, but the price action has been relatively stable, showing no sign of panic selling. Looking back at the news, we see that Amazon's cloud computing business, AWS, is expected to see long-term demand tailwinds related to artificial intelligence, which could potentially counteract the concerns about the advertising, FBA, and Project Kuiper businesses. Overall, the current market sentiment towards Amazon seems to be mixed, with a short-term bearish outlook due to the recent downgrade and a long-term bullish outlook fueled by the potential for growth in AWS. It's important to stay vigilant and monitor the price action closely. If the price breaks below the 176 support level, the short-term bearish outlook could solidify, and investors should be prepared for further downside. Conversely, a strong push above 180 could signal a rebound and signal the potential for a shift in sentiment. Furthermore, if we see a sustained rally and the price breaks above the 140 resistance level, the bullish outlook could become more prominent, indicating a potential for a new upward trend. Key price levels to watch include 176, which could provide support for a short-term rebound, and 180, which could act as resistance. The 140 level remains a critical resistance level, a break above which could signal a renewed bullish trend. The 50-day moving average is a positive signal for long-term investors, but the stock is likely to consolidate for some time before making a decisive move. Remember, the market is constantly changing, and it's crucial to adapt your trading strategies based on the latest news and chart data. Thanks for joining me on Explain the Charts today, And remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more in-depth analysis on the markets.